The videos we're making for GIEQs VI. We're talking about colonoscopy quality here. So one serious quality indicator that we want to get over in the next few years is mucosal visualization. And of course, we are eagle-eyed people watching the scope tracking might think to say that we are just in the ascending colon, just past the hepatic flexure, and we have all this fluid pooling, the caecum is totally collapsed. So what is the solution to that? Well, one solution is just to, the patient is under anesthetic, just to push in the endoscope. So you can see what happens. I push in the endoscope more and more and more. The splenic flexure is really riding up. Maybe there's a chance of getting a splenic rupture by doing that. And also given that the patient is not awake and cannot tell us that they're having pain. And also you see that we are really not progressing the tip. If anything, by doing this, we are moving the tip backwards. Also, we're not solving the problem of visualization, because as soon as we get into that caecum, you have not particularly great preparation with kind of almost solid bits in it that's going to be residing in the caecum. And you can also see that we're about to do a therapeutic procedure, and there's a beautiful REACT device sitting there in the fluid. So a much simpler way to solve this problem is to employ some theory of colonoscopy, and that theory of colonoscopy says that in the right colon, if you are working in air, then we should be thinking about the right lateral position to best visualize the caecum and perform therapy there. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to show you how this image here, which I'm going to focus you on, can be completely transformed by position change. And also, I'm struggling to get into the caecum, and we'll show you that almost certainly this endoscope will just drop into the caecum when we change position. All right, see you in a second. So I didn't move the endoscope during that. I tried hard not to move it because, patients under anesthetic, it's quite difficult to move them. Can be much easier if the patient is awake. And now look, so let's get the view back, and then we'll see whether we can better see the appendiceal orifice in the caecum. So actually I'm in the caecum, and you can see from the scope guide position how easy it is for me to move from the caecum back into the right colon. So at a certain point in the right colon we'll find fluid in the right lateral, but then I can very quickly and easily move into the base of the caecum. So a very nice demonstration of how powerful turning the patient is in terms of visualization of the base of the caecum. Now let's try and find the appendiceal orifice and talk about what we might find here. So this patient was referred with a potential polyp in the appendiceal orifice. Ignore the spider-like construction you see on the edge. And so here you can probably see it. And that's interesting. That may be something that we can talk about in another video. So there you go. The impact of moving the patient is that I can perfectly see the polyp and I can perfectly see the appendiceal orifice. So move your patient to get a good view of the base of the caecum, and remember to look underneath the ileocecal valve. And how do you do that? Well, you just pull the endoscope back with a distal attachment on in the orientation of the ileocecal valve. And as you come back in this orientation, we'll at a certain point see the ileocecal valve. There we go, into it there. And also we saw everything past it. So remember, Lawyer's triangle, or the area behind the ileocecal valve, is very poorly visualized with every situation with an endoscope without a cap on. You need to visualize it, and this is how you do it. All right, see you at GIEQs VI for a lot more like this. Bye-bye.